to the superintendent, president, and board members. I've gone back and forth on how I would approach all of you at this meeting tonight. I was going to start off by telling you my story, how I came to work for SCOE, and what I bring to my job. I started asking questions about board members. It seems a few of you are self-serving. And to the couple of you that have good morals and ethics, we understand the struggle is real. We know who you are, and we thank you for your support. As for Dave Gordon, goes sending us a threatening letter telling us that we have to take 8% increase that the teachers took. Let's take a look at what that means for me. 8% raise for me is only $240 a month. With rent increases, soaring food prices, and utility hikes, I'll be lucky if I see $10 of an increase of 8%. And we will still be behind the state recommended COLA by 4% this year. Let's take a look at what 8% of a raise for Dave Gordon looks like. 8% of $419K is $33,520 a year. For all of us that work hard for everything that we do for SCOE, you don't respect us enough to pay us a living wage. Shame on you. What about the 30% you helped yourself to over COVID? Do we get 30%? Not only did we recreate our jobs during COVID, we had to learn a lot of new programs. You are so proud of SCOE. It is our hard work that you brag about. SCOE wouldn't run without us. During COVID, when you made your little videos, you always signed off by telling us to take care of ourselves and our families. We can't take care of our families because you won't pay us a living wage. Stop gaslighting us.
Good evening, Board of Trustees and Superintendent Gordon. Would you like fries with that? I open with that because that's a phrase that many of our coworkers are thinking they might have to learn to actually earn a real wage. I come here tonight to address you really regarding your roles as board members and as superintendent. My name is Sean Freeman. I'm a classified worker here at CSAPA. I'm a former school board trustee and someone who has a real interest in education code and the laws that govern this agency and all others. In our many prior interactions with you, Board President Kiefer, you have stated that in the county offices of education, the superintendent is the sole employer and sole negotiator with labor, and that this is the law. And I'm here to tell you tonight that's simply untrue. In 1982, Attorney General George Deukmejian stated that employees at a county office of education were employees of the superintendent. If you look into that opinion, number 82-203, dated May 13th, 1982, the Attorney General quoted the Rhoda Law as the basis of that opinion, specifically Section 3540K. However, that law does not state that the superintendent is the sole employer. Instead, it says, public school employer or employer means the governing board of a school district, a board of education, a county superintendent of schools, a charter school that has declared itself a public school employer, or a joint powers agency. Notice that superintendent is listed fourth after county board of education. This means that you all, as a board, per Ed Code, are actually co-equal employers of us all. In that sense, we are correct to address you and ask you to please do the job you were elected to do. Take an active role in governance here. Be an equal part of negotiations and do your job. We're watching, the public is watching, the election is coming.
Thank you, Mr. Frank.
Equity is not equality. During the shutdown of 2020, before the vaccine, during hostile national elections, I was one of possibly 2 SCOE staff members cleared to enter the juvenile hall. It was isolating with measurable consequences on my health. We care about our students. We make decisions we think are in their best interests. Anytime a foundation's or Corton Community student graduates, a classified staff member was there. When a special education student meets or exceeds their IEP goals, a classified staff member was there. Whenever there's a photo opportunity for administration, a classified staff member was there unseen. Whenever you walk into a catered meeting, a classified staff member was there. Whenever bills get paid, money made for SCOE, a classified staff member was there. My assignment to you is to read grapes of wrath because that is the direction we are currently heading. The definition of virtue signaling, the act or practice of conspicuously displaying one's awareness of and attentiveness to political issues, matters of social and racial justice, etc., especially instead of taking effective action. Hired by SCOE in August of 2012 as a paraeducator at Wilson C. Riles, I voluntarily ghost wrote my first successful garden rant. My focus on behavioral science sparked after observing avoidable classroom crises, thus taking it upon myself to learn more about autism and behavior. Unpaid, as no in-depth trainings were provided by SCOE, I applied what I learned with profound measurable results. Upon transferring to Dry Creek circa 2015, I voluntarily wrote a second successful garden grant, this time under my own name, and assigned to working with a deaf student, began learning sign language, again using my own time. My efforts to learn outside of SCOE's limited trainings resulted in profound measurable results. I attended this student's graduation 2 weeks ago. After physically laborious demands of being a paraeducator began interfering with activities once enjoyed, like generally existing pain-free, I began exploring other opportunities. In April 2018, CSAPA hired me as the testing specialist, working with students of the Corton Community Schools since. It is imperative work for our students, the families, and communities. As student numbers increase, staff numbers decline, I see fatigue and wavering morale of dedicated, committed staff during this tumultuous time, increasing workloads and crippling inflation. Equity is not equality. Please review Grapes of Wrath. Thank you.
So we'll be moving these to 1 minute each if they continue to come up. So if you are going to speak, you'll have 1 minute to speak after the two that I just received.
Hello, board, Mr. Gordon and everybody else. My name is Kerry Dickerson. I've been with SCOE for about 15 years. I started off as a paraeducator. All right, now I'm a teacher. Now I know that as a paraeducator, these guys do everything us teachers do. We couldn't do our job without these paraeducators. They are the backbone of SCOE. They do all the skills necessary. They learn the new equipment, fine equipment. They do medical procedure stuff. They're teaching, they're doing the teacher job for special ed. One teacher cannot teach 12 kids. We need support. They're doing our jobs. You guys got a raise. You guys gave us teachers the 8% raise. Give them the money they deserve, please, because we can't do our jobs without them. They're struggling trying to make it just to decide if they can go to work. Yet you guys are paying agency people almost double what they're making people that have been here for years. The lady who spoke before me, she went to the graduation of one of my students. She gave extra time, extra dedication. That kid was hitting his head on the floor. The kid could not go to the bathroom himself. He graduated wearing regular underwears, walked the stage with dignity. His parents were so proud of it. It wouldn't have been possible without people like Ms. Terrell and all these other people that work in my classroom and all other classrooms around SCOE. They give their dedication. They give money out of their own pockets so these kids can have a nice day at school. So you gave yourself a raise. You gave us teachers a raise. Do something about them. Give them a raise. They deserve it. Done.
Good evening. My name is Magali Kincaid, and Paul Kiefer, you are my elected board member. I live in the Arden Arcade area, and I have 3 kids in the San Juan Unified School District. And really, I'm here to support the classified workers. They work hard. They are valued in the community. I wouldn't be here with my kids at home if I didn't think that this cause is worthy and worth your time and worth what they're asking for, which is equitable wages and a just work environment. And really, I'm also not happy that you're limiting time to 1 minute, because as an elected board member, I would hope that you would want to listen and really hear from not just your constituents from all of your districts, but also from the people that work in this building and make it move. So I find that really shameful. So, but I look forward to the next election. Thank you.
Jerry, do you have any public comment via Zoom?
Good evening, Board Trustees, Board President Kiefer, and Superintendent Gordon. I come here tonight with another report from CSEA negotiations with administration. First off, I should note that we have had no official negotiation sessions with administration since May 12th, in full transparency. In our last negotiation session, a proposed offer was given to us that we would later learn was identical to the package that was accepted by the teachers bargaining unit. We learned this information from an email that was sent to all SCOE staff from Superintendent Gordon, informing everyone that the teachers along with SCOE management have accepted this offer. Immediately, I was fielded countless calls, texts, and emails from classified staff asking why our bargaining unit was singled out as a holdout on settling on a fair and equitable wage increase by SCOE leadership. The teachers bargaining unit and SCOE administration were allowed their respective timelines to agree on terms, but it seems apparent that only one negotiation session was given to us, the classified staff, before SCOE sent out what I feel is a very divisive email communication. While the offer was accepted by the highest paid administrators and certificated staff, it doesn't address the major issue that is plaguing the classified unit and therefore is severely affecting programs, school sites, and students we serve. I urge all of you on the board to see firsthand the problems that we are desperately needing addressed. You can do this by looking at the personnel transaction sheets that you are all provided to in your board packet. Start asking questions on why people are leaving their jobs at SCOE, why the frequency of resignations has been increasing. Next, I urge you to attend a recruitment testing phase of the employment process. Then ask why there was once nearly 100 people applying and taking a test hoping for employment here. But now there are only a few. Why is that? Finally, visit our classrooms and talk with the support staff. Just be sure you're not talking to someone from a temp agency. Our programs are suffering, but rest assured, SCOE, our management accepted an 8% increase on their 100K plus salaries. Finally, look at the classified staff behind me that has filled this boardroom. We are here because we care for the students, the staff, and the programs here at SCOE, and we hope that you are here for this reason as well. I thank you for your time and your attention.